Recording in progress. All right. Hi. Once again, I'm looking a bit blurry, but I apologize for this camera again because I'm always thinking, man, Conway, you're not as awesome as normal. Well, this is the new normal. New computer, and every time I got to reset settings. I also just realized I made a bit of an error. I have a candy in my mouth. I didn't think about that. By the way, your coffee candy, not too shabby. All right. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made, as a wise man once said. All right. Act three. Act three. Romeo married Juliet. Love is not a mistake in itself because you can't really help who you love. However, acting on it is a different deal. Now, let me give you a horrific example. I don't even want to go with me but let's say I'm 15 years younger and I have strong emotional feelings because myself and some 17-year-old lady in my class have like this, and exactly, it's creepy to even mention it, have strong feelings for each other. Okay. Not okay. Period. Not okay. But you can't help who you love. Well, I would be going to prison, and rightfully so, by the way. I'm a strong supporter of not being creepy with your students. Strong supporter. That's a good thing. So, but you can't help who you love. Okay. But your behavior, because of those feelings, has to be contained. Has to be contained. Because again, prior lesson, actions have consequences. So up there it says, human behavior isn't usually logical. It's not. We're logical when there isn't a need for anything else. So when we're just sitting here in class today, I handed out the article of the week, and I'm sure all the students are like, all right, I'm going to do this. Except behavior isn't logical. Some of them aren't going to do it. I think 3 students are going to fail the semester. Why? Well, it's because the class is hard. No, there's no excuse for failing. None in terms of the academic rigor. It could be argued my class is too vanilla, too cake. Ooh, vanilla cake. Ugh. Chocolate cake is the only cake to go. Because Romeo loves who he does, actions have consequences, and Romeo should have considered it, except in the heat of passion, in the excitement of the moment, in the feelings of love, you can't. Okay, next, Romeo finds out about the exile. That's Act 3. What scene? I think so. And now he's a basket case. He's just, tell me where my name doth lodge, that I may sack the hateful mansion, and he threatens to stab himself, indicating, this guy is in trouble. Friar, by the way, calls him out, says, thy tears are womanish, using a phrase that we can no longer use. So if I'm coaching a football team and I, turn to the boys and say, hey, time to take the skirts off and play football. Not okay. Used to be normal. Dads say some horrific things to their sons sometimes. He calls Romeo out for being so emotional. But those emotions, right here. How many times a week do I have someone crying in my class? Not because of something I did. They come in with tears. It's the emotions of youth. It's part of the age. And that's not even including me. Oh, I have a sty. It hurts. Feels all wobbly. There, I'll teach like this the rest of the time. Okay. Human behavior isn't logical. So Romeo is absolutely out of control. So what did I do to explain it? I used a couple love songs. I pointed out driver's license, so I didn't show it because I've already used it 3 times, but it's the perfect example because it is the biggest song of the past couple of years for these ninth grade students because it came out while they were in junior high, so they're emotionally tied to it. Myself, I think I've heard the song like a grand total of like 15 times, but that's because I've used it in class 15 times, probably just this year. So I guess 30 times because I don't think I knew it 2 years ago. I reference the song a lot because it is a perfect example. It is the epitome example. There, that was redundant. Romeo's out of control, and so to depict it, I reference driver's license. Though she's not out of control, she indicates that she'll never know love like this again, or something like that. It's like, really, at 16, you'll never know love like this again? Seems a bit much. Then I also showed a clip of Kelly Clarkson's Since You've Been Gone, where she's having a meltdown, trashing a place. And then at the end of the video, hashtag spoiler warning, it turns out it is her ex-boyfriend's and his new lady friend's place. She trashed their stuff. She's going to jail, rightfully so. Don't do that. But emotional control is not always present with Romeo or with them. I would hope I have emotional control. Kind of my job. Stay contained, Conway. All right, I will. Then I showed them Cher Lloyd, Want You Back, because her emotional response. She dumps the guy and then is horrified that he does okay in life. And so she wants him back now. And it's not logical, but it is an emotional response. Because you're supposed to be devastated and sad and brokenhearted, and you're not. Then I showed a quick clip of a band called the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Maps. Also use the same guitar riff as Kelly Clarkson, which is the reason why I did it. But where she's on stage and she's crying, and according to legend, may or may not be true, she's emotional because the guy she's with was supposed to be there for the video, and he wasn't, and she's emotional. Yeah, emotions are real. Okay, do you know what else is real? That clock over there. I'm running out of time. So what should you know about Romeo and Juliet in summation? Romeo's emotionally out of control. We don't know about Juliet because she's not really in this scene. But the reason why stories have characters that are out of emotional control is because we are too. We make decisions that are illogical all the time. Have I made any? Yeah, like 4,215. And that's just this weekend. It's emotion. Emotion makes us illogical. Logically, I would be making these videos every day, all year. Logically, I would be getting smarter every single day. But in reality, I waste a lot of time. Pathetic. Let's go old school. Man up, Conway. There. We'll end on that call out. Bye.